Hi everyone, it's Kelly from Stamping with Kelly. I'm a demonstrator in Edmonton, Alberta, and I'm so glad that you've joined me. Maybe you're live, catching me live on Facebook. Maybe you are watching the replay on Facebook or on YouTube. Wherever you are and whenever you're watching, please just write in the comments and check in. Say hi. I'd love to see where you're watching from and what you're loving about the videos, what you want to see in the future. This is our monthly online card club. And this is the point in the video where I go, oh, I hope we're live. I hope we're live. So I'm just going to make sure that that's happening as well. This is our monthly online card club. So this is an event that I've been holding for over 15 years. Throughout the pandemic, I shifted it all online, and now I can reach so many more people. So if you live in Canada, please reach out to me. What I do is I prepare a packet of prepped supplies, and it comes to you, looking like a whole bunch of goodies. And then what we do is meet online, live or on the replay. It's on YouTube and Facebook on replay forever, and you can craft along with me. So all you need are some very simple supplies like adhesives and like a neutral ink pad and a stamp set with sayings. So if you've got that in your collection, or if you want to get that in your collection, reach out to me. You can place an order through me and get these projects for free with a minimum $35 order in Canada, or you can choose to pay the class fee as well, which is just $20. So either way, mailing is included for anywhere in Canada. And if you prefer to pick up your supplies, I live in South Edmonton, you can definitely pick up from me. And when I save on the postage, I give you an extra project. So you can pick up your supplies and get an extra project for free. So I sure hope that it's live and it's working here. Can you guys comment? I love to know when things are working. Um, so I mentioned I've been a demonstrator now for over 15 years in Canada, and I have so much fun with what I get to do. I love being able to craft with even more people through this online platform. If you're in Edmonton, though, reach out to me because I am starting to do some in-person classes. I'd love to have you on my newsletter list so that I can keep you in the loop for everything that I have planned over the next little while here. Oh, hi, Karen from Vancouver. Very good. I'm so glad that you're joining me. So I mentioned before, if you don't have a packet of supplies, I still do have some left, and I do have previous months as well. So if you wanted to make any of the supplies, I'd be happy to send those off to you. So please reach out to me, send me a message, and we'll get some goodies to you in the mail. Okay, I've got so many things to talk to you about. First and foremost, I realized at about 5 o'clock today that they added some items to the clearance rack. So if you haven't checked it out, go to stampingwithkelly.stampinup.net, and then you can go click on shop now, click on the clearance rack, and there you will see a whole bunch more supplies that they've added for super cheap. So there's some great designer series papers and some embellishments, but I have to say they are going fast. So don't count on me to place this order for you. Please, 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 if you want anything from the clearance rack, just order with the host code that's attached on, should be under the notes on this live video. Or if you're watching this in the future, you can always just check out what's going on the website on my online store. But I always have a host code, and that's how your orders count towards getting your club cards for free. So make sure you put in that host code, make sure you select me as a demonstrator, and then with a minimum $35 order, I send your supplies, your card supplies to you, okay? So check it out. Split screen me if you have to, and go there and shop right now, because honestly, things are already selling out. I don't know actually when they posted it, but I suspect it was maybe at midnight. I can't believe I didn't know about this, but anyways, that's how it goes. Sometimes you have a busy day and you miss things, especially if they spring it on us, right? So I have another special that I have. Every month I offer a free product with a minimum $100 order. So if you're checking out that online store, maybe just wait a couple minutes because I'm going to show you a few new kits that we have to offer. And you might have up to $100. And if you cross that threshold, then I'm going to send you a pack of these fabulous, gorgeous beaded pearls for free. So again, you'll get your club cards for free with a minimum $35 order, and you'll get these beautiful beaded pearls, which are retired and only available through me. These are available with a minimum $100 order. They're so gorgeous, and we're going to play with those for our last project tonight. I had to get them in your hands. So I also wanted to talk about a fabulous deal. You can use the kits that I'm about to talk about and even the clearance rack items as a part of your starter kit as well. This is the best deal that Stampin' Up! Offers, and they've sweetened the deal even more this month. So normally, when you sign up to be a demonstrator, you get to purchase or get to choose out $165 worth of product, and then you only pay $135. It's an amazing deal. You don't even pay shipping and handling and GST. So that's a savings of an additional 15% there. So this month only, so October of 2022, we are having a special starter kit promotion, and so that runs until the end of the month. Now you can choose out $206 instead of $165. They've upped it to $206 worth of products, and you only pay $135. So I wanted to mention that in Canada, our Stampin' Cut and Emboss Big Boss machine, this is the one that folds open. I have to do it on the table, and then I have to lift it up. You guys can see I'm rocking the camera and everything. But this is a fabulous die cutting machine. It's the big one, and it's a little bit more expensive than the 165. So normally you can't choose that as a part of your starter kit selection. It won't let you select over 165. But now with the $206 promotion, now you can actually get the savings on your Big Boss. So if you've been hemming and hawing about it, please reach out to me about some more details about becoming a demonstrator. It's not as scary as you think, and there's not as many commitments as you think. So when I signed up to be a demonstrator, this is going on almost 16 years ago, I signed up for the discount, completely the discount. I had a wish list a mile long, and I wanted, at least 20% off on everything that I ordered, as well as a fabulous deal on my starter kit. So you definitely still get that, but there are a whole bunch of other perks too to being a demonstrator. So again, if you wanted to supplement your income, you could definitely start to add classes and workshops or parties or catalog order parties. You can do it in any capacity that you want, or you can just choose to order through yourself, and that's a-okay too. So if this is something that interests you, please reach out to me. We have a fabulous support network. So just to give you a little bit of information about myself, I was top 22nd demonstrator in Canada this last year. They haven't released, I guess, the year that just finished, but the previous year to that, it was 22nd, and then the previous year to that, I was the 24th demonstrator in Canada, and my upline is also a top 50 demonstrator for the last many, many years. So with us, you are getting a fabulous support team of people who know what they're talking about, frankly, and then also train our teams. So there's so much more involved. There's all the demonstrator events that Stampin' Up! Offers, and then there's also the demonstrator events that myself and my upline offer. So again, if you have questions, you just reach out to me. I would love to tell you more about this. It is such a fabulous deal. I just don't want anyone to miss out on that offer because they're scared or intimidated about what it might be. I would love to clear the air on that. Okay, I am going to give you a little sneak peek. This is our brand new paper pumpkin that is going to be shipping out next month. So this is a sneak peek. We don't know what it looks like, but we know it is about tags, and we know it's for Christmas. So if you need Christmas tags and you love a surprise, you love great value, what I would recommend doing is getting a prepaid subscription. This is our monthly subscription service, Paper Pumpkin, and so it ships out directly from Stampin' Up! Every month. You can sign up for it, and you can skip months just like other subscription boxes, but otherwise it's going to ship to you every month. And it's a surprise for everyone, including us demonstrators. So we only know, a little snippet about what it is, and then this little sneak peek picture. So I am so excited about this, and I love that they include cards a little bit earlier. So that was this month that shipped out. I'm going to show you that in a second here. And then tags in November. In December, what you're going to get is a neutral kind of kit. It's not going to be themed to Christmas or any holidays because it comes kind of the middle of the month. So they want to make sure that you have enough time to actually create this kit. So again, subscribe or skip by November 10th. You have to change your subscription status by no, sorry, did I say September? I mean November. November 10th. The 10th of every month is the cutoff. So just make sure that you sign up for that if you want that kit. Now this is the kit that just shipped out. So it's too late to subscribe for this, but I do have a couple of extra kits available. So if you want to reserve one of those, I can sell it to you on November 11th, so the day after the subscription period ends. But this one is so cute, and I know you're going to love it. So it's called Ho Ho Ho. Again, it's from October of 2022. And then as you open it up, I can explain it to you a little bit more, what is included in the kit. Oh boy, there we go. So this is a stamp set. I don't have a white piece of paper big enough to cover the whole thing, I guess. So this is the stamp set that's included. You get a really robust stamp set, and when you sign up for Paper Pumpkin, you actually get a clear block in your first kit. So we've got Santa Claus is coming to town, deliver to, Holly Jolly, and then we've got some great imagery here, snowflakes, stars, and this cute little Santa, as well as Santa and his reindeer in silhouette. We've got Merry, Ho Ho Ho, 'Tis the Season to be Jolly, and Christmas and Holiday. So these are really great versatile sayings that you can use. Also included in the kit is an early espresso ink spot. So this is like a tiny little ink pad, and each kit will give you a different color. So that's why it's so great to subscribe on an ongoing basis, because then you can really add to your ink color collections without having to purchase, $10 ink pads one by one, as well as refills. So these kits just have so many benefits. You guys want to see the projects? Yeah, you do. Okay, here we go. So the first one here, we've got Joy, and it says, "'Tis the season to be jolly" underneath on the green. I don't know if you can see that. The camera is not maybe going to pick that up. But I love this because it's actually got these fun little reliefs, snowflakes in there. So I'll show you a little bit more, and you can understand a little bit more in a second when I'll show you the bits and pieces of this kit. This one here, we stamp the silhouette here in the background, and then we've got some die cuts and then a little bit of stamping there. And then the third card, you're making 3 of each of these, by the way, so a total of 9 cards. This one again has that beautiful relief of the snowflake, these little crumb cake snowflakes on the back there, and then you've got the cute little Santa. Okay, hopefully I didn't make you seasick there. Now I'll show you a little bit more. So we've got Ho 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 and Merry that come in the kit, and these are all die cut ready to go. Then you've got some sheets of other die cuts. So you've got 3 sheets of these. So you get some extras, and look at this little Santa. He is colored in there, and it's ready for you to stamp that shape, right, the outline right over top. Love that. Again, more die cuts. This one's got some, oh, come on camera, there we go, some stitching on there. And we've got some other rectangles. This is really fun. These are vellum pieces, and I don't know if you can see, it's Ho Ho Ho. It's going to be like an outline to that other die cut piece. Then this piece here, we've got some beautiful like snow and stars. And the cardstock bases are all printed. Can you guys see those lines and stripes? So again, 3 of each. These were those die cut snowflakes that I was talking about. So you could use these as a stencil. You could, I like to use them as a stencil before and then flip them over afterwards and put them on the cards. But if you are interested in these kits, please reach out to me about me adding you to a Paper Pumpkin fan club page, because sometimes they create Well, they always create gorgeous alternative designs for the cards and the kits, but often the designs are like just as nice or even nicer than the ones designed by Stampin' Up. So it's really fun. It's fun to get inspiration. And then you've got some more pieces here with some stitching and some relief, some negative pieces there. Then you got a crumb cake base. You got, it looks like a pool party base. And one of my favorite things here are these gorgeous iridescent snowflakes. We have these in a different pattern. We've used them, actually we used them last month. They're really pretty. But these ones are a really fun, different pattern. So I like the versatility and the uniqueness of getting this in the kit. So again, this kit is available to reserve. You can let me know if you want one of these. I only have a few of them, so please reach out to me as soon as you can. They're going to go quick. But you get all of that for $31 when you purchase the kit from me. For the kit from Stampin' Up, you have a few different options in the way that you can purchase it. So I'm a catalog girl, so I'm going to show you in the catalog here on page 10. On page 10, you can find out a little bit more about Paper Pumpkin. Oh no, is my camera going to freak out now? There we go. No, it likes it here. Okay. So Paper Pumpkin, you can choose to subscribe month to month. That's going to be $32.50 per month, pay as you go, and that includes shipping, okay? So the downside of this, though, is that this order kind of exists on its own and it doesn't count towards anything. So what I mean is, if you want your order, your Paper Pumpkin kit to count towards club and getting your club cards for free, then you can purchase any of these prepaid subscription plans. So 1 month, 3 months, 6 month, or even 12 month. You start saving, even more with the 6 and 12 month subscriptions. But even if you were to do a 1 month subscription and then top it up with, an adhesive of your choice or something like that to a minimum of $35, then you would get a kit delivered straight to your door from Paper Pumpkin. And then you'd also get a kit of card supplies delivered to your door from me for club, and you get this online class. So if this is something that interests you, make sure that you take a look, page 10 of your catalog or online on my website, and you can take a look at the Paper Pumpkin prepaid subscription plans, okay? They're such a good idea, and it's really great. It just sends you a code, and then you can apply that code just before the 10th of the month. So let me see here. What else do we have? I have so many kits to show you. This one here is a new one that was added to my kits collection on my online store, and it's called Cozy and Bright, I believe. It's all this like fun cinnamon and orange and clove look. I love all the layered pieces, and it makes a whole bunch of cards. Now, this is something different than our Paper Pumpkin. So we've got our Paper Pumpkin, which is our monthly subscription service, and then we have our kits collection. So the kits collection is just online. It's not going to be found in any catalog because it's changing constantly. And then you also want to make sure that you're, if you're ordering from me and you email me an order, that you check that it's available still, because sometimes these kits are selling out. So there's a lot of components in them and they might sell out as well. So take a look at my kits collection. Again, that's on my online store at stampingwithkelly.stampinup.net. And you can just take a look under the kits collection tab and you'll have all kinds of kits there. View all, because there's some really great ones that don't even involve any stamping, or that have like a great 3D project, or even like an organizer, or a little what do you call, like those little wall boards, like command center almost. So there's some really great items on there. If you like the idea of tags but you want to know exactly what you're getting, or maybe you like the style of this kit, which I really do, I love that deer head, the silhouette. This is a great kit, and it's again part of our kits collection. So the kit that's going to be shipped out for Paper Pumpkin in November is going to be tags, but there's another tags one that has been added to our kits collection, and it has these great tag designs. This one here is a really fun kit that just came out, and I actually have one that just arrived in my house today. Do you guys want to see it? Yes, I hope you do. I haven't been checking the comments. Okay, wonderful. Oh, Karen, yes, please reach out. I would love to stamp with you. That'd be so great. So this is a little bit of a larger kit, and it's our birthday, what do we call it? Birthday card organizer kit. I'm going to move the box just because it wants to close up on me, and that adds a level of complexity to this experience that I just don't need right now. All right, let's open this up. Can you see how beautiful it is? Oh, I've seen people as well, you know, maybe they liked the design of this cover, but they wanted a little bit more color on it. You can even color that with your Stampin' Blends and add more color. I'm a fan of it just the way it is, though. I just think that's beautiful. So let me show you what this is all about. We open it up and immediately we see this pocket. And you know what, guys? It's so heavy duty. It's really great quality. And then we see this nice blank page. And oh, there's another pocket here too. So how a birthday organizer works is we've got all the numbers of the month, the days of the month for January. And you would write down, you know, if you have a friend who's on January 7th, then you just write their name in there. And then you can put their birthday cards or the birthday cards that you're thinking of giving them in the pockets ready to go. And then you can mail them out in a very timely manner or fill them out in a timely manner and get them in the mail. So can you see this? We've got all the different months. Looks to me like they put them to the 31st for every month. That's kind of good. Then they've just covered their butts. Because there's a leap year baby. I have a cousin-in-law who's a leap year baby. There we go. And then look at this, another big pocket at the back. This is so heavy duty. It's actually got all kinds of layers in here too. So the cover is really thick and heavy duty. The spiral is going to last you. And you can see, you can fill it up with a lot of cards in there. And it can handle that with the thickness. We've got some cute little adhesive back rhinestones and some dimensionals, but this kit also includes a whole bunch of cards that you can make. So let's see the little pieces here. So we've got 6 of one design, 6 of another design. We've got some adhesive, sorry, these are not adhesive, these are die cuts. These are cut die cuts. We've of course got the months, but you got them in Dutch and what do we have here? So English, French, I'm scanning them really quickly, Dutch, German, I think that's what we got. Oh, and some cute little tags again in all those different languages. This has got the stitching on there, some more tags. Happiest Birthday Kit is what it's called, I think. And then you've got these gorgeous printed envelopes too that go in the pack. So do you guys want to see what the cards look like? Again, you're getting this organizer plus 12 cards in there, so it's a really great value. And I think it's something like $35 here in Canada. So a great deal. Great value. And there's no stamping actually involved in this. So that's how we could use, I guess, the value of the kit to its fullest is these little tags are pre-printed. So you can just put those onto your cards. Those are cute though, hey? Really modern and fun. And then you've got, of course, that beautiful birthday card organizer. I love the instructions too. They're full color and they're graphic based so that you can just look at it and know exactly what you're doing. Not a whole bunch of words to read. I love that. So yeah, if you want that kit, make sure you add that to your cart too, because this one is a very new kit and it might sell out as well. Oh, I forgot to mention, you've got some adhesive on there as well on the spool. So this is our tear and tape adhesive. It's a great one to use. Okay, do you guys want to see some more kits? These are a little bit more timely. Start with this one maybe. This one here is a kit that you can use to make these little Christmas crackers, and it makes 20 of these little cracker boxes. So these are past paper pumpkin kits available from my paper pumpkin stash. So I have past kits, whole bunch of them, like I think there's over 40 of them still, different varieties, and I can ship these anywhere in Canada. The full kits are $30 for the most part, and the refill kits are $15, and that includes shipping and handling and GST to my house. If you need it shipped from Edmonton, then that would be extra, but I'd be happy to quote that for you. So this one here has a whole bunch of different designs. You can choose to do the cat, or you can choose, there's even some pumpkins and witch hats. There's all different kinds of little die cuts in here. So great for Thanksgiving, which has already passed here in Canada, but there's always another one coming, right? Lots of pumpkins and lots of leaves, even these cute little witch hats. And this kit doesn't really require any stamping other than a saying here, but to be honest, you could just leave the saying off, right? And it would look so cute. I love how these come together. I love the size too. You could put like a little chapstick in there or something. Excuse me, a little something in my throat. Like I wasn't used to talking today or something. So this is called Hello Pumpkin. I only have refills of this kit now. I don't have full kits anymore. But again, you don't need the stamps to use this one. For this one, I've got a full kit and I also have refills. If you choose to get a full kit and a refill, I take $5 off. So definitely take me up on that offer. This one makes 24 cellophane treat bags. And like I said, oh, sorry, that's a lot of glare. There we go. See if I can do it there. My camera doesn't want to focus now. There we go. So these ones don't really require any stamping at all. Again, the stamping is here, treats for you, frights and delights, and it's Halloween, but it includes the die cut Eek, Boo, and Spooky, which is, I think, more than enough to go along with these cute images. And then, I don't know if you can see here, but the bags have little spiders on them. They're so cute, and they're clear. So even if you wanted to get them ready for next year, this is a great way of doing it. For your stamp set, if you did choose to get the full kit that I have here, you got all kinds of sayings on there, and then these cute little pumpkins and even little bats and spiders in different sizes too. So this is a really cute kit. The ink pad that comes with it, little Stampin' Spot, is basic gray. And then, am I done talking about my kits? Yes. And then this next kit actually leads us to a bonus project that I've included in your kits this month. So you can see this one here is called The Haunts and Harvest. It's from September of 2021. It's got this gorgeous wood grain box, and you'll notice here that there's a little something going on. I'll talk about that in a minute. I want to show you this adorable stamp set. It's got the leaf outline and then the veins to go along with it for two different styles of leaves. And there's this little swooshy as well as a whole bunch of different sayings here too. And then it comes with Soft Succulent, which is one of my favorite in colors right now. We're going to be using this color on two of our projects tonight, actually. And as we open up our kit, we see these adorable little pumpkins. Now, I don't know if this is still on sale, but it was on sale last month and I couldn't resist. So I bought a few kits so that we could all make an adorable pumpkin or apple. So do you guys want to make that together? I'm going to tell you about this now. So these little pieces here, there's an instruction video. You can cut them out and you can actually turn this into a wheelbarrow that will fit your pumpkins or apples into it. It's so cute. So if you wanted like a centerpiece or a little decoration, this is a great box. Or if you wanted to just keep this as a storage box. Isn't it beautiful? I love it. Okay. Let's get started here. So if you're stamping along with me, I just have to get to the right screen here. There we go. We're going to be starting with a project that looks like this. So this is to make our little pumpkin or apple, and this is probably going to be in different colors. Now I have to do a sincere apology because I got my kits in the mail earlier than normal, and then I forgot to include one of these sticks. So when I got finished sorting all the other ones, I went, wait a second, why do I have some of these left over? So I apologize. I know exactly who is missing them, and so I'm going to include it for you for next month, but I'm sorry if it's not going to come in time for you to give it out. These are double-sided, They're so cute and they come together really easily, but there is a bit of a trick, okay? So I'm just gonna open up this little baggie of goodies and show you what's included. There's a tag, and then you've got 2 leaves, and then you've got some of these like adhesive strips, okay? And the project ends up looking, you can have it look like this cute little pumpkin. Have you guys seen these little sage pumpkins? I think it was Lowe's had them this year, and I just fell in love with them. But of course, it was before I pulled out my decorations. And so I bought this like real pumpkin. And then I came home and I forgot that I have like a ceramic pumpkin that's this color as well. So that's so funny, isn't it? We like what we like. But you might want to turn your pumpkin into a little jack-o'-lantern. You can stamp whatever you want on here. I'd recommend you taking a peek just quickly, and if you get hung up on it, you can always save this part for later to stamp that little tag, okay? So I'll show you what I'm using. I'm using Inspired Thoughts, and I really like this little cute hello. I thought it was perfect. Hello, pumpkin. And so just, you know, using some Memento ink. This one I used the soft succulent color to match this cute little pumpkin. Oh man, I've got my Halloween nails on. I can't pick up anything. There we go. So take that little piece out of your tag, and then you can stamp. So stamping hello. Hold your breath and make a wish. Ooh, it turned out perfect. Put that away before I smudge it. And now let's start putting some little adhesive strips on. What should I do? Should I do this yellow one, or should I do this sage colored one? I might do this fun yellow one. That kind of looks like a jack-o'-lantern. I want to put the jack-o'-lantern little pieces on again. So I'm going to use my, sorry if that was loud, I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool and use this little tip to help me to take these pieces off. I mentioned I got my nails on, so sometimes it doesn't work so well. But I find these finicky kind of on the best of days, but they were sized so perfectly for this project, I had to include them for you. So I lay them down. If you take both backings off to begin with, that's okay. Like, don't worry about it too much. Oh, I'm making it so that I want this side out, right? I might have made my decision for myself here. Let's see if I can get this off. Oh boy. First project already and I'm messing it up. Okay, so I'm just going to peel this piece off, and I'm going to show you, if you don't like those pieces, you can always use your tear and tape. So we want to put the adhesive on the side that we are wanting to be exposed on the outside. So I'm using tear and tape. That's another quick way of doing it. I'll use these for the other pieces here. So put my Take Your Pick tool back together, and now I start putting these pieces on. Now, if you're finding that you're having a trouble with these backing pieces coming off, maybe what you want to do is get these creases folded first so that you don't have too many sticky bits hanging around. These pieces are already creased. That's how they come from Stampin' Up! In the paper pumpkin kit. And then we're going to lay it out again, and then we can put all those adhesive bits on. There we go. So we've got 5 little pieces that are going to be glued to this octagon here. So I've got all my pieces scored. You can see that. Or they're burnished, as well as the score lines are there. Now I can start taking these little backing pieces off. So again, this Take Your Pick tool just makes your life so much easier. And then take off this backing piece on the tear and tape. Now now we're going to start putting this piece together. So what I did is I actually just folded it back on itself, and then there's the adhesive along this little tab here, and I can lay it back and have it adhere perfectly on there. Then for this part here, what I do is just kind of align it there, and then you can use the end of your take your pick tool. You could use a bone folder. You could even use your finger if you wanted to press that really nicely together. Okay, this is a part that can get a little bit tricky. Now what you're going to want to do is just start convincing these pieces to bend, have a nice curve on them. Whoa, not that much. Too much, Kelly, too much. So nice bend. And then I'm going to just put the 3 pieces in that don't have tabs, and then hook 2 of these together very gently, okay? Very gently. And then coming in here with the 3rd one, and it's just going to kind of slide through like this and make a pie top. And I mean a pie chart. I don't know how to explain it. It's like just thirds there, right? Thirds. And then after you do that, it's sometimes a little bit tricky to stuff it, so you might want to wait and do this next part, but you can just unhook one of those, stuff it, and then put it back together whenever you're ready to roll. Or if you are really excited to do this next part, you can even open up the bottom afterwards, stuff it, and then put it back together, okay? So now we're going to make this cute little curly Q. Again, my apologies if you didn't receive this in the mail. I will get it to you next month. I'm going to fold it in half. It's got wire in there. It's so cool. And then fold it in half and just stick it all kind of around there. And then I just crossed it. Crossed it so that it kind of stayed put. There we go. And now you can choose to put your tag on, or if you're a person who is still deciding. What I did with this one actually is I stamped it after I already had the little curly cues on there, and instead of threading it right on, what I did is I cut a little slit and I slipped it on. So you can't even tell. So that's all right too. Don't worry about it if you haven't got that stamped yet. Get back there, my little pumpkin. So I'm going to use like a little paintbrush. For this one here, I used a pencil. For this one, I used the paintbrush. So, I mean, just something that's round. You could use a pen, I'm sure. You're going to start and just begin wrapping the curly cues around. It's going to be tricky to do it for the first time, but I promise you, making, I think there's 12 in the kit. Making the 12 goes really simply once you kind of figure out how things are supposed to go. So you can just pull it out like that, and you've got your fabulous little vine coming out the top. I'm going to make this one curl this way. So cute. Like I said, this is a bonus for everyone. This isn't a bonus for picking up. This I included in everyone's kit because I just couldn't get enough of these cute little pumpkins. There we go. So now we've got that cute little hello. We can put on our leaves. So again, if you purchase this kit from me, meaning the paper pumpkin kit from my stash, then you would actually get, as a part of the full kit, the veins to go on top of this cute little leaf. Now, I can't send out stamped images in the mail, so we're working with these, just the outline, but that's okay. I think these look great. And if you like the color of these leaves, this is the color of the Stampin' Spot that comes in the kit when you purchase the full one. I just put dimensionals on the back side, and I'm sticking them kind of there, just like that. Now, what do you think? Should I add the little jack-o'-lantern face on? I think I should. So this is like a metallic adhesive backed paper that they've done these die cuts on. And I'm just going to place it on there. Oops. There we Such a cute idea though, hey? And I like that you could do it as apples too. Some of them have the red. I don't know if you can see there. That's the red on the inside. So you could choose to do an apple instead. That's great for a teacher at the beginning of the school year, right? Oh my goodness. I'm having trouble with this right now. Never a good omen when you start messing up on the first card, right? First project. And then look at this cute little smiley jack-o'-lantern face. Adorable. Hello, pumpkin. What a cute little treat. Isn't that great? So again, that is just an extra little bonus for you. I hope that you can think of someone who would love this. I know that any kid would go bonkers for any of these cute little 3D boxes because they can't wait to see what's inside. And I think there's a kid in all of us that feels that way too, right? All right, let's put those to the side. And we are going to get started with our first card of the evening. So this card here is a bonus for people who pick up their supplies from my house. Are you guys ready to see what it looks like? There's a couple of different color schemes, but this is the first one that I'll show you here. We've got this beautiful textured embossing folder with these eucalyptus lines coming down, and then a simple saying that we're going to stamp onto our tag here, layering up some vellum with ribbon, and then also with some metallic, and then these are cute little hearts here. And I think that the color scheme of this one really lends itself to like a sympathy card. So I've got, may your comeback be stronger than your setback, stay strong my friend. And then this is the other color scheme that I've included. It has a little bit of a different embossing folder. You can see it's more of like a sprig and less like vines hanging down. And then this is rose gold foil paper and rose gold and white ribbon. So cute, right? Okay, I'm going to put this up at the top and I'm going to take you through crafting this card here. So starting first things first, we're going to take our soft seafoam cardstock backing and just crease that nicely with our bone folder. If you don't have a bone folder, it sure will make a difference in your life. I highly recommend getting it. It's really going to improve the quality of your fold and make sure that your card stays flat and it doesn't just open up right away. Now the next thing that I'm going to do is take my ribbon and wrap it around this piece of cardstock. I really like the inside of my cards to be clean, so this ribbon here, if I had trimmed it, would start to fray. That's just the nature of this beautiful soft ribbon. And I don't want that look, right? You can see that this starts to fray and starts to come apart. So I don't want that look. I mean, sometimes you can dissect ribbon, and so it's great that it frays because it gives us more options to use it. But in this case, I'm going to do a really nice snip on an angle. And then I'm going to figure out how much adhesive I need to put on, just so that it wraps around. I'm going to use for this tear and tape, just because I love this adhesive so much for ribbon. It's a really high stick adhesive, and it's not finicky at all. It's really easy to use. You don't even have to have scissors, so you're not gummying up scissors. I have a piece of fluff on there. I don't know what that's about. That's funny. It'll be covered up. It's now a part of my card. And then the back side here, oh, I didn't leave quite enough to wrap around. You can pull it off. That's what I love about the adhesives. It's that fine balance of, you know, sticking capability, but then also the ability to fix a mistake if you put something on crooked, right? Another adhesive that would work really well for this is our Stampin' Seal Plus. So we have our Stampin' Seal and our Stampin' Seal Plus. Stampin' Seal Plus is a little bit of a different type of adhesive. So I'm just going to showcase that, how you can wrap that around there and have it look perfect. So you could use either of those in this application. Both of these take the same case. So if you're wondering or wanting to try the two of them, get a full case with a refill in it for one of them, and then get a refill of the other one, and then you can just switch them out. And they come in these great little packages that are Ziploc top. So it keeps the dust out, keeps the lint out, and you can just swap them back and forth however you need them. Okay, then it's, it's better to find out that way, I think, what kind of, oh my goodness, you guys, what kind of adhesive you like. So that was started chewing at the paper there. Oh, sometimes I do have a hard time with this. I think it's because I don't press hard enough. So you kind of get used to the one that you like, and then you go with that one, right? Sometimes you use and switch back and forth depending on the application. This one here is a textured piece of cardstock. Look at this. It's so sticky, I got glue all over my hands. So with a textured piece of cardstock, it's kind of nice to have a little bit more sticking power. Okay, and then now I've got my little piece of rose gold foil. I'm going to switch back to my Stampin' Seal because I don't need as much sticking power for this, and I just want convenience. I just want it to roll right out of there. I am aligning it with the edge of the paper on the edge of the card, and then also with the edge of the paper here. So it's just going to kind of come in like that. And now we've got some of this beautiful vellum. It's got printed words on it that come in black or white. I'm going to show it to you in a minute here because it's just so fun. But I have a plan to put that kind of just there, and then I'm going to put this tag that I'm going to stamp on over top of it. So don't glue this onto the card quite yet. Vellum actually shows through onto the cardstock underneath wherever you put adhesive. So you kind of want to be aware of that when you're putting it together. Stamp set that I love for this card is Through It Together. It has all these great little sayings, and they're all kind of pick me up. So praying for blankets of healing around you and yours. Follow your dreams. You're doing better than you think. You're capable of great things. You're loved today and always. Don't let worry spoil your happy. May your comeback be stronger than your setback. Forever grateful. You are proof that there is good in the world. Believe in yourself. Thank you. Hello, lovely. I miss you. Get well. Warmest wishes. Sending you this paper hug. I love that one. I love you no matter what. The best way to get through things is together. Stay strong, my friend, and I am here for you. And then finally, with much love, which is so perfect for so many different occasions. So definitely add that one to your list. It's a really unique stamp set, and I like that it's got all those sayings that you need in a pinch. You never want to make a card for these occasions, but you sure do have to, don't you? So I'm going to do sending you this paper hug for this one, and I'm stamping with the same color here, this soft succulent color. Hold a breath, make a wish, and it's not straight. Let's give it a try on the back side. It's all right, but I think I can do better. There we go. Perfect. I'll close that up before I get ink on myself. So I'm just going to let that dry here for a second, and I'm going to get this little piece ready to go. This is a fun look. We talk about trends in card making and in crafting. This is a trend that's really fun, is having this bow kind of really long and loopy. So I've got a piece of white baker's twine here for you, and you're going to just tie that in a bow. Now you can make it small and dainty. Oh, I kind of made the proportions wrong on this one, didn't I? Try it again. And then pull it through. There we go. That's a little bit better. So with this one, you can make it long and loopy, or you can make it a little bit more controlled. I like it long and loopy and having the tail just about as long as the loop. So I'm going to just snip a little bit extra off here. And I'm going to put that on with a glue dot. So mini glue dots are one of my favorite adhesives, especially for something like this. It's just so easy to use. Now taking this, which one was the straight one? Now I like this one straight. Is that the right one? I don't even know. Okay, I'm just putting this onto the back side here so that I can have those nice long loopies coming out there. And then I'm going to put some dimensionals on here. I think I might have flip-flopped my decision, but anyways, I gave it a shot, didn't I, making it a little bit straighter. So taking the backing off of those, I'm going to take this is a fun tag, isn't it? Like these curves on the top and then straight on the side. So it's really easy to center this on the side and kind of put it half off. And then now I can put an adhesive where I know it's going to be hidden. We don't have to worry about that too much. And I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive there too, extra sticking power. Now I just put this aligned with the edge of the card. Such a fun, simple layout, really versatile for many different occasions. And then this one I think is just really speaks to me in terms of the color scheme. Soft and soothing, perfect for get well, sympathy, or sending a paper hug. The final step here is to put on our adorable little hearts. And yes, they are hearts. I'll show you a little bit closer here in a second. These epoxy hearts come in 3 different colors in one pack. And I love them because whenever something is white, we know that we can change the color of it by coloring on top of it with our Stampin' blends. So this is really fun. Can you guys see those there? These ones are a little bit more pearlescent. I gave those along with the silver. And then these ones here are a little bit more opaque. So there you go. These are 4 different cards here. But I love that I'm stocked and ready to go. Stay strong, my friend. The best way to get through things is together. May your comeback be stronger than your setback, and sending you this paper hug. So nice to have these on hand, ready to go for, whoever needs them, right? Now let me take you through the catalog and show you where these items come from. So on this card, there's actually nothing from the mini catalog. It's all from the annual catalog. On page 69, this Threw It Together stamp is the one that I think is just a wonderful essential for your collection. I love, love, love imagery, but as I've stamped more, I've come to appreciate words even more than images, because I've got images that I like that will work for many different occasions, and now I look for sayings that are perfect for different occasions. So this one is a really unique set for me. Page 139, I used these foils from a couple of different sets. So the rose gold specialty paper is the one that's pink in color. I'm going to show you the different ones that come in that because they're so fun. So this is the one that we have used. You can see it's quite reflective. You can see all my lights set up and its reflection. But we have even more colors. So we've got like this nice soft matte. It's still quite shiny, but you can see it's not as much reflection as the one that I've used there. So then we've got the high reflective one, and then we've got like wowzers, right? This is like off the charts reflective. So we've got, it almost goes, look at how rainbow it is, hey? Isn't it pretty? So fun. So you get all 3 of these, 2 sheets of each of them in this pack. I love that you get different styles that work together, and you can even use them together on a project. They coordinate with each other. Same sort of thing. I actually don't have this in my drawer here, but the silver foil is the same sort of thing. I use the lightest ones out of the silver foil, but there's like a matte one that almost looks purple, and then there's like one that looks almost like gunmetal, that gunmetal kind of look. From this page too, this vellum layering designs is what we used with this punch piece here. So what I did is I took this punch that we have and punched out just little pieces from this great vellum pack. This vellum pack comes with 2 sheets of each of the designs, and the designs come in white and black printing. So I'm going to show you the black printing, and you can see my hand through there. So it is kind of, a see-through sort of look, a translucent look. We've got text, we've got a great map, again, kind of see-through. So it's not adding a new color onto your project. Vellum just takes the existing colors and softens them. And then there's this print here which is like a newsprint style. And again, it comes in the white and the black in each of those. You guys see that there? White and black. I love this pack. So great for masculine cards too. And you can add that as a layer without introducing a new color. You can just keep it monochromatic or keep the color combinations to a minimum. Sometimes it becomes a bit much for my eye, but I always love adding vellum. The heart pearls on page 143, those ones come in a really great pack. So I kind of mentioned that there were 3 different styles. This one here at the bottom is like a glossy style. This is like a pearl style, and then this is an opaque with a matte finish. So again, you can just use your Stampin' Blends markers. Those are alcohol-based markers, and color those to be whatever color that you want. Pink, purple, you could have red, whatever you want. We've got some fabulous ribbons on page 145 and 146. This one here is the rose gold, and it's so pretty. So rose gold and white, and then on the next page there is this beautiful white frayed ribbon, and that's that soft one here that just is so cozy. It makes me think of sweater weather, right? Both of those, I think, just give such a polished look to the project, and really a different look for both of them, but I love them equally. The Baker's Twine Essential Pack is just what it says. It's essential. So you get 5 spools, crumb cake and white. You get 10 yards of each of them. And then you also get 5 yards of black, gray granite, and very vanilla. So a great starter pack and wonderful for making little embellishments like that cute little bow. For punches, we use the Label Me Lovely, which I already mentioned, and then the Label Me Fancy. Label Me Fancy is a fun little punch. It's a 3-in-1 actually. So this punch here has the punch to punch out that label, and then you can also turn any label or piece of cardstock into a tag with either this little punch hole here, putting ribbon through or twine, or the slot. So the slot is really great for all kinds of techniques as well. So keep this one in your back pocket. This is a great punch. And like I said, it's a great size for sayings, but you also get the 3-in-1 option, which just makes it even more versatile. Okay, we got embossing folders now. I hope that you fell in love with the design that I gave you. These ones are sized perfectly to fit in our mini boss machine. And when you put the little rectangle in there and push it through, it puts pressure on it, and then that beautiful texture comes out. So you can see there's the vines hanging down, and then also this little sprig, which you could use in so many different ways. And the piece that I gave you is nearly the full size of that embossing folder. So you can see, you can do a little bit larger than that, but otherwise it's sized to fit through that mini boss. So if you're just getting into die cutting, that mini boss is a great spot to start, because it gives you lots of versatility, but not a huge cost. And it's also very portable too. So let's put that to the side, and we're going to get started on our next project here. So now we're going into Christmas. Everybody who has club cards from me or club projects from me has this project. So unlike the other one, which is only for people who picked up their supplies, this one here is available for everyone. So the card that we're going to be making here is this one. It's got some blending brushes, ink applied in the middle there, and then some stamping over the top here, this little sprig. And then we've got these candy canes, which I'm so excited to show you a little technique with those. This great tag wrapped with ribbon. And then you could choose to do this embellishment here, but what I've actually included for you are these amazing red rhinestones. So this is actually a new product. On this card here is a new product, and you can see it's quite textured. You can see I've done some there too. And it takes a while to dry, but it is one of my favorite new products. It's the Pearlized Enamel Effects, and it comes in white, black, and real red. So these can be used many different ways. It takes a long time to dry, but once it dries, it's just so beautiful. You can, of course, put it right onto your project and it will adhere. Or if you are choosing to adhere it later, you can put it onto like a waxy paper, like a backing sheet for dimensionals. And then you can choose to put a little dot of either our Tombow multi-adhesive or a fine tip glue pen. You just put a little dot of that and then you can pick this up and place it right onto your projects. So if you wanted to save yourself the drying time and do it in advance, you can definitely employ this technique. All right, we didn't even talk about, I got sidetracked there. We didn't even talk about the fun feature of this card, which is that it's a gift card holder. So on the inside, we have this little pouch here that can hold a gift card, or in this case, a business card. And we're just gonna slide that right in. So cute, right? And I'll show you how to get this fun stamped image on the inside. You may or may not have a candy cane that would work, but you can definitely grab a little saying for the inside, okay? So let's get started. I'm gonna put this here and put that there. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is figure out what's happening with my cardstock base, which is, in this case, actually made out of designer series paper. So I've got 3 score lines here. This is a piece that's 4 inches by 12 inches long, and I've already got the scoring here at 5.5 to make a normal sized card front. It's just a little bit skinnier than normal. And then I've got it at 1 inch from the other side here, and that's going to make that cute little pocket. So I'm going to take my bone folder and burnish along those score lines so that we're ready to go here. I'm not going to put the pocket up yet because I want to make sure that I stamp the inside of this card first, put that sheet of paper on, and then adhere the pocket, okay? Let's get started on the outside first though. So you're going to look at your 2 pieces of paper. They're very similar in size, but one of them has stitching on them. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, it doesn't want to focus. No, it doesn't want to focus. So anyways, there's stitching on the one that goes on the front. Come on, baby. There we go. You can see it there. So grab the one with stitching, and then you'll want to grab a blending brush, or even you could use a sponge dauber. It wouldn't apply as nicely as a blending brush, but hey, it's something. So Pool Party is the ink that I'm using. You could use any light blue. And I used this last night. You can see I'm putting a little bit more pressure on the head. If you're not too sure about the inkiness of your pad, just move your hand further back, and that will mean that it's not going to pick up as much ink. And now I know that I've got this tag happening here over the top, so I'm not too worried about getting a sploosh of ink here. So I'm going to start in the center and then go out from there. You might end up having like a bigger spot of ink. And so that's why I want to always make sure that you're starting off the sheet if you're going in from the edge, or if you're starting on the sheet, make sure you've got a tag or something going over the top, just because you can get a little bit of unevenness if you're doing this with a lot of pressure or with a lot of ink, or if you're still just getting the feel of it, right? I'm trying to do it fast. You could definitely slow this down and get a more even application, but I'm not too worried about those extra little splooshes. I'm more interested in getting it done. There we go. So before I close up my ink pad, I almost did, but before I do that, I'm going to take this little sprig. This is from the coordinating stamp set that goes along with this designer series paper. It's called Sweet Candy Canes. And it's got all these great sayings. You've got a candy cane that goes in both directions, and then you've got this adorable little sprig. So if you have something like this, or something that is festive looking, you can add even a little bit more detail onto your project. I'm just going to stamp this kind of 3 times, coming out the top right and the bottom left. And I'm just using that exact same color that I used for the sponging. Do I want to do the inside? Yeah, let's do the inside too. So the inside here, I'm going to teach you some fun stamping techniques. So you can see up here with my sample, I'm showing the inside. We've got this candy cane and then this great saying there. So let me show you the candy cane first. You can take an ink like Blushing Bride and go from light to dark if you're doing this technique, or if you're doing, you know, two more saturated colors, then you'll just want to exclusively use markers. You won't do the stamping on for the all over color and then adding the darker color over top. What I mean is, this one I'm going to start with stamping all over with the, where's my thing? There it is. I'm going to stamp and get that color all over, and then I'm going to take my Stampin' Right marker and go over the top. And because I'm going from lighter to darker, I don't have to worry about picking up a dark color of ink off the stamp and having it go onto my marker tip. Now with this one, with the red and the green, oh my goodness, you would not want to go either direction with those. You have to just use two markers and go direct to rubber. So I used my garden green and my real red to go direct to rubber for that sample, because you're not starting with one that's significantly lighter than the other. That's just going to damage your marker. So these are our Stampin' Right markers. They are so fabulous. They've got like a nice fine tip, and then they have a brush tip. So you can do this direct to rubber technique. What you have to do now is you have to huff on it, and that re-moistens it and will make it so that the ink gets applied nice and cleanly. I'm just going to quickly clean this on my simple chamois here so it doesn't get crazy in my drawer. Cute, right? I love this direct to rubber technique, and you can only use the Stampin' Right markers for this technique. If you were to use our alcohol markers, what it would end up doing is actually just permanently dyeing your sponge, your rubber on your stamp. So that's not what we're looking for. We don't want to use our Stampin' Blends for a technique like this. This is fun, hey? May the good times of today become the cherished memories of tomorrow. Now I can put away my ink pads because we're done our stamping of that blue color. I might do a red stamp, I think, on the outside here. That blue looks pretty nice too, though, doesn't it? Okay, so now I can start putting my card together a little bit. I've got the stamping done here. Again, if I'm going too fast, please don't feel badly about yourself. I've made these cards a few times now, and I also design them, so I know what I'm doing, somewhat. Now, if you're watching this live, just take a deep breath and don't worry about it, because you can come back any old time. This is going to be available on replay forever. So if you're getting behind and you're watching live, don't worry. You can just join me back whenever you want on the live video on YouTube or on Facebook live replay. Okay, I'm going to just show you something here. I'm putting my tear and tape on half off. Can you guys see that? It's half overhanging. And that's so that there's a little bit more room for my card to slide in and out. If you take a peek here, it's going to be really tight if you put that 1/4 of an inch on both sides there. So what I'm going to do is just overhang it and then wrap it back on itself so it ends up being half as wide, and you don't have to worry about your gift card getting really stuck in there. So I'll show you what I do here. Take off the backing. Again, this is hanging half off of my base, which is in this case made of Designer Series paper, and I'm just going to fold it back on itself so that it ends up being like a double layer thick, but it's half as wide, so it's going to give that gift card a little bit more room to slide in and out. And then now we can just fold that right up, and we've got our cute little pocket. And now we can slide our gift card nicely in there and out. It doesn't get stuck so much. Okay, So we've got that. Then on the outside here, let's go back because we've got our cute stamping and our sponging, and we can now think about our tag. So this saying set has some great options for small tags. So Christmas cheer, candy cane wishes, and mistletoe kisses. I really like that one, so I think that's the one that I'm going to put on there. Do you think I should put it in red? That's my color scheme there. It's got a lot of red and pink. Red and pink and blue are my colors there. What do you think is going to look good? I think I might go with the real red. Something a little bit different than the ones that I've done before. So I did garden green there, and I did the nice soft pool party there. Let's just see. I always like to use my paper for something like this to make sure that I know it's going to stamp straight and that it's going to be inked up enough and not too much, or the perfect amount. Candy cane wishes and mistletoe kisses. Cute! This grid paper comes in these full-size pieces that are wonderful. But I also really like using these smaller pieces. They're so handy. They're actually made for a product called the Stamparatus, but I like using them just as a travel pad, or just so I don't get gummy adhesive all over and wreck an entire sheet. They're really handy to keep in your back pocket. Okay, let's take out this little piece here. I'm going to do something a little bit funky with these cute candy canes. So can you see this candy cane gets cut out of designer series paper, and it is this long, but I've actually extended it so that it's going to be even longer. So what I'm going to do here, and I did this for both of my cards that I've already made, is take my candy cane and cut off about 1.25 inches. This doesn't have to be a perfect cut, but I'm snipping that off because I'm going to put it on the back of my tag here, keeping the top of my tag in the proper spot. I'm going to put some adhesive on there. I'm just using Stampin' Seal. And then I'm going to take my candy canes and just put them hanging there. And then now I take a look here and make sure that I've got the right pattern going on, right? This is the pattern that goes along with it. And I'm just going to extend that candy cane. So in essence, I'm breaking it and making it an extension, but I really like the look of this. I'm going to have to put a little bit more adhesive on there because it's going to overlap a little bit. You can change the proportion, right? You can see I have a little bit more of a cross happening there. I might take it actually a little closer together here up at the top. And that will make it maybe look a little bit different here on the bottom. Let's put this down just a little bit more. I can make that even a little bit longer. Oops. Not if I take it apart though. The stickiness on my fingers. Okay, here we go. That's so cute. Isn't that adorable? Okay, and then now just to make sure that it stays all adhered, I'm going to put some dimensionals on that are going to hold the pieces together. And then also, of course, pop it up. So some dimensionals there. Then my ribbon's going to go right behind there, but I'm going to put dimensional right here too. Hold it all together. Cute, right? Isn't that going to look great? You could definitely use the shorter candy canes, but it gets hidden behind this tag. So I thought, oh, let's extend those candy canes and make them even longer so that they get showcased even more. Okay, we're going to wrap our ribbon there. I want to make this ribbon just long enough to wrap behind here. we're going to take the rest of this ribbon and do a little cute tie on there. So we're just going to snip off that extra and can kind of center that. You can play with that afterwards too. That's not a big deal. Taking off our adhesive backs for our dimensionals and then placing our candy canes on. Now we'll just take this to the back side, put a whole bunch of Stampin' Seal on, and we can wrap our ribbon around just like this. This ribbon technique is one of my favorites because it's so easy peasy. You can put a little bit more adhesive on there if you wanted, but I'm not too worried about it. I'm just going to stick it right onto my card front here. Cute. And then now we'll take this extra little piece of ribbon, feed it through here, and tie a knot on. So much easier than tying a bow. So if you have bow fear, it's a real thing, I think. You know what, I'm going to have it tied the other way. Sometimes it lays more nicely one way than the other. Because I've got this great little saying on here, I don't want to cover it up too much. So if you tie this on there, it's not going anywhere. It looks adorable. And it's, again, so much easier than tying a bow. It's just a little knot on a wrapped piece of ribbon. So it would be cute like that, but again, we're going to take it to the next level. We're going to add on these adorable little red rhinestones. They just come in one size, and you get a whole bunch of them, but we are coming up on the season of red here. We've got Christmas and Valentine's Day coming up in the new year too. I know you're going to use these red rhinestones. They're so nice because they're a real red color. Sometimes when you color things with red, it turns a little bit pink, but these rhinestones, because they are colored red, they are just vibrant and the most perfect red color. What do you guys think? Cute, right? And then you open it up and you've got the ability to have a little gift card in there too. Adorable. You could probably even put one of those little mini candy canes in there if you really wanted to go on the theme, right? So let me show you where to find these products. We're going to go to our mini catalog first because a lot of the products come from in here. On page 9, you'll see our Sweetest Christmas bundle our Sweetest Christmas suite. And that includes a few different stamp sets, but the one that I've used here is the Sweet Candy Canes, which again has lots of great sayings, those cute little reversible candy canes. And then it comes with a die pack. If you choose to add it on, you can save 10% on both of these products. You get dies that will cut out both of the different candy canes, so you get both of those, as well as some sprigs, right? And the tag that we used on this card, and then there's a whole other sheet. You get this awesome piece which you can use as a stencil or you can use as a background. And stripes are great for candy canes at Christmas, but stripes are all year long. So this die pack really only has 2 images that are seasonal specific, right? The rest of this can be used all year long. So that to me in a die pack is a huge winner. And then this great stamp set to go along with it. Bundle and save 10%. So that's the Sweet Candy Canes bundle. From this page, I also used the Real Red and Garden Green ribbon combo pack. So you can see I've got 3 different ribbons that I've used for this project. These ones here come in a pack where you get 5 yards of each of them. This pink one is actually from our annual catalog, so I'll show you that one in a minute here. But these ones are a really great purchase, I think. Lots of wonderful colors with that. The Sweetest Christmas 12 by 12 paper is another huge winner for me. This includes everything. It has wonderful imagery with these cute little mini candy canes, and then the back side, of course, is all striped. And then you got lots more stripes, stripes, but you got this sheet. I don't have too much left of it, actually. You got this sheet which coordinates with our die pack. Remember how we were talking about matchy-matchy with the stamp set and cutting out with the dies? Oh, I've lost it. I've lost my stamp set. There it is. It's at the back here. So this die pack has these little candy cane dies that coordinate with the designer series paper, and that's how your candy canes were cut out. You can do 2 sheets at a time too. If you adhere anywhere where there's this negative space, you can do the 2 sheets that are included in the pack at the exact same time and cut out 4 candy canes at a time. Love it. I love time saving around Christmas, right? Anything we can do to make it feel special for other people, right? By giving them a handmade card, but not having it take all day, right? Be able to make a lot. And this suite really has nailed it, I think. Okay, put that away. And then that's it for the mini catalog. In the annual catalog, I've used a few products that, of course, are really versatile, but can also be used for Christmas. I want to show you guys this. This, on page 126, is our Many Marvelous Markers. It's for $174.25, and you get all of the markers in all of Stampin' Up's colors. So I've got some of mine floating around I'm using on different projects. But you can see they're organized in the color families, and what I love most is that there's this insert piece here so that you know exact color. So Night of Navy, Mossy Meadow, Merry Merlot, and I just pull them out right here. Everything is organized. You even have a few extra spots here for in colors. The in colors are sold separately because those ones are rotating colors, which you can get in a 5-pack. These colors are only active for 2 years at a time, but they're like the trend colors that are right on season. Sometimes we see some of those come back and go into our main color collections, but they haven't done that in a while. So you can choose to store these in the packs that they come in individually. So something like this, right? Or you can choose to put them into the extra spaces in this kit. You can get these markers in a bit of a different way. You can get them as color families with sets of 10 markers in them, but the only way to get this amazing case is to get the Many Marvelous Markers. So it comes with everything. So I always like to tell people about this one in conjunction with our host program. So this is if you host a minimum of $550 party, which is very doable, especially for doing a kits party. But if you have a party of $550 or more, you get to choose out 14% of that $550 as a credit of whatever you want in the catalogs, and you also get to choose one item that you will get 50% off. And you can choose those Many Marvelous Markers for 50% off. So if that seems like a daunting option for you, please approach me about becoming a member of my club. When you commit to purchasing a minimum $35 of orders every month for 6 months, it takes you up to the $200 level where you get a $20 shopping spree. And I track whatever you spend over the 6 months, and I give you whatever that is, wherever you hit on this chart on page 179 is what you will get in a spending spree. Our club members are going to get a spending spree in December, and I'm so excited for them because often they're getting almost $100 or even more and a 50% item. So it's pretty fun. And then they've, of course, got their club cards for free for every month during that 6-month period because they've placed that minimum $35 order. So the next round is starting in January and will go till June. So if you want to be a part of that, just let me know and I will put you down on my list. I'd love to have you a part of my favorite event of the month. Page 127, we used the tear and tape adhesive. That was so great for adhering that little pocket. Page 129, we used our blending brushes. They come in a pack of 3, and I actually just store them in a little mason jar filled with pearls, and I think they look like cute little flowers in there. So I have many of them because I use them all the time, but you could really get away with one for like blues and greens, one for like reds and oranges, and one for maybe some neutrals. So if you wanted to go with 3 of them, that's a great start. And when you wash them under the water, the color comes pretty much right out. Even I'm lazy. I'm not washing these ones. There might be a little bit of staining if you wash them like that, but as long as the tips are clear, they're ready for the next color. But like I said, I'm not really one to wash mine. I'm more one to purchase more so that I can keep using them in the colors that I love. On page 142, what the heck did I do here? Oh, red rhinestone basic jewels. So I mentioned that these just come in the one size. I've rummaged around in my drawer too much here, and now I've misplaced some of my items that I wanted to show you. But these ones here come in a pack of, I think it's like 100 and, oh, there they are. I don't know why they ended up in there. There we go. So these are the red rhinestone basic jewels. Come in a pack of 220. Again, they're just the one size, but they're the perfect color. So you don't have to worry about coloring them and trying to make them not pink, but actually red, real red. And those are a great purchase for the upcoming months. Page 145, this petal pink soft polyester ribbon. I think this one should be renamed a suede ribbon because it is so soft, so smooth, and I don't know if you can see the texture on it. Oh, it's probably not going to show it, but it is truly like a suede texture on there. It's so gorgeous. Perfect for baby cards. Pair this with some gray. Oh my goodness, you'll have the most gorgeous cards ever. And like a floral design. You could do sympathy, birthday, anything soft and pretty. Or pair it along with some Christmas colors, right? And then you've got your Christmas candy canes. You never know. On page 155, I actually used the Simply Scored tool, and that's how I made the grooves in the paper so that we could do this fancy fold and make that simple little pocket on the inside. You can also use our paper trimmer, and our paper trimmer is a fabulous item. It's got this great extendable arm. It's got a cutting blade and a scoring blade with this hinge that goes up. And I love that the ruler is on both sides of this cutting line. So you can use all those and then make sure that you're getting it perfectly straight on both sides. It's a great tool and a perfect purchase once you're getting into your crafting a little bit more. And so you can do those same kind of scoring techniques with that. Another essential tool, in my opinion, is these stitched rectangles. This is so essential that I actually own 2 of these so that I can die cut these really quickly. So these come nested. So you've got the one shape, the one proportion of rectangle, and then in sizes that are smaller, and then a longer tag, and then this one here is kind of like a shorter and fatter. But you can see here that the cutting edge is in the middle and the stitching happens on the inside and the outside. So you can use it like a frame, the cut piece as a frame, or you can use the cut rectangle that pops out of the middle. So you can use the negative or the positive image, and they're both going to have that adorable stitching on there. Such a great product. Okay, on to the next one here. We're going to a masculine card now. I think everyone's card is going to look different. Oh, hi, Vanessa. It's so good to see you. Miss you, my friend. This card here, everyone's is going to look different. Seriously, everyone's is going to look different. So the first one that I created was this one here that has You're a Classic, and it's got the car on there. It's got the fun retro paper. And then on the inside, I stamped another car. And then on the inside to that, I have the Happy Birthday to a Classic. So I've got some options for you. Again, we're going to be doing a little bit more stamping on this card, but don't be intimidated. There's definitely some options, even if you don't have something that's going to match your designer series paper and the tags that I give you. So the one that I made last night is a little bit different here. This is Looking Sharp, and we've got all the glasses and the ties, bow ties and everything. And then as we open up that, I've actually just stamped a saying over and over again. So to the man who does everything. And then I stamped that on the inside too. So I'm just going to give you the pieces, give you some ideas, and then from there you are going to design this card however you see fit, okay? So pulling apart the pieces, we've got like a barbecue theme kind of going on with this card that I'm going to make. And cheers to all your years. So this is kind of a simple tag to go on there. But your tags are from this designer series paper pack. And all of these are laser die cut. So you just pop them out. And I've paired them up to go along with the designer series paper. So again, you're going to have something completely different in your pack. Last night it was a fluke. Two of the people had the exact same design, and I thought, oh my goodness, what are the chances of that happening? There's some folded pieces or some crease pieces, so let's burnish those, and that's going to be our cardstock base. And then this one here is going to be that flap that opens up. Thank you so much, Vanessa. It means so much to me to hear feedback that you enjoy the colors that I pick. I have a hard time sometimes, branching out from the colors that I love, and that's like pool party, pool party, pool party. But I love to try and play around with a whole bunch of different colors too. So these pieces here, I am going to do some stamping on. Should we do that first and kind of get that out of the way? Because I know that's going to be some rummaging around. And again, if you get overwhelmed with this, just set it to the side and you can put this together at another time. You might want to use Memento ink. That goes with the black color, but the brown, the early espresso, also goes with the designs too. So, whatever you choose. I pulled out a few of them here. I wanted to show you this You're a Classic because I did something a little bit fun. So just like on the candy canes on the last project, I had a nice clean stamp here, and I used my Stampin' Up marker to color in just on the car, and that's how I created this repeating pattern that omits the words that are actually a part of the stamp. So that's how I got just the car over and over again. So I just did this technique again and again. So let's take a look at some of the other stamps in this set. This is called He's All That, and it goes along with this paper, and you've got a whole bunch of different things. So you've got To the Man Who Does Everything, that has some tools on there. We've got a car, we've got this like boogie van, then we've got the compass, we've got barbecue tongs and tools. Hello Handsome with a mustache and wishing you a happy Father's Day. Love this guy. And then some fun little elements too that you can add in. So I was kind of thinking that I would do for this one, maybe this Holy Smokes, You're Amazing over and over again. So instead of inking it up with the marker, I'm going to just use an ink pad and go really fast here. So, okay, you might not have, I'm just going to put this nice little piece in behind here. Holy smokes, you're amazing. So you might not have a stamp that perfectly coordinates. Masculine cards might not be one that you kind of gravitate towards purchasing products for, right? But they sure are cards that you need. So I'm going to give you some ideas here in a second. If you have no stamps that will really work to do a pattern like this, that's a-okay. What you can do is, as this dries here, just put this to the side. What you can do is crumple up your piece of cardstock, okay? Just crumple it right up into a ball. And then you can unfold it and you can put ink on it with just your stamp pad. You can open it up and then put ink right onto it. Something like this, right? Or you could use your blending brushes blending brushes, and then you can create this kind of a suede look. So that's really fun too, right? You could also do a really fun technique that's really easy. Just take one of our blocks and wrap an elastic band around it. Then you can use that as an actual stamp. So opening this up, you can ink that up, and you can get this great pattern that you could stamp onto your crumb cake piece of paper. Isn't that fun? Great, right? And then to clean this off, you know, you could just wash it under the tap or use any of our cleaners. There we go. So I hope that one of those ideas speaks to you, and then you can create your own designer series paper that will be perfect to match your card. Now this one here, I don't know if I want to put something on the inside. Do I want to? Sure, why not? I will do, I'm gonna do cheers to all your years. So it's like a happy birthday. Oh, what do I want to do? Maybe I'll just do love this guy. I don't know. What do I want to do? I don't want to say Father's Day. I think I pulled out another stamp set, didn't I? Oh, I did. This is what I wanted to do. So I pulled out a couple other stamp sets that are kind of a little bit more, have some masculine imagery. So this Ringed with Nature has this great little tree ring. Mountain Air, of course. You could have some great trees and mountains and things like that. Or this Brood for You. Oh, this is exactly what I want. Another round for your birthday. You know, it's funny, when I prep these cards too far in advance, I forget my great ideas. So I set myself up for success and then I forgot. All right, here we go. Another round for your birthday. So these are a little bit of a different stamp than what we've been using already tonight. This is because this is a two-step stamping set. So you can actually get the liquid inside the glass. You can get that foam head on top of the glass. And same thing for all of the glasses here. So these are made in a photopolymer. It's a different type of plastic, and it's great for two-step stamping or anything that's kind of finicky like that. I'm just taking my elastic bands off here. It's also great because you can see through it. The negative is, and why they don't do all of the stamps in this, is because it doesn't sometimes last as long as the other ones. Like red rubber will last you, oh my goodness, like years and years and years, 30 years, 40 years, right? The photopolymer, depending on how you store it, it might get brittle. So that's the only downfall. Should we do some glasses along the bottom? That's kind of fun. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going on a tangent here. I'm having a blast. I hope you are too. So another round for your birthday. Should I do this little one here along the bottom? I'm not going to put it there because I know that I'm going to have a little piece showing. But it kind of goes with this cheers to all your years tag. I think that's pretty fun. I'm using a bit of a smaller, oddly shaped block, but what can you do here? I think that's all inked up, ready to go. Here we go. Cute. And you know what I'm also going to do, since I'm on such a roll here, I'm going to use my Versamark ink to do a tone on tone to create this liquid on the inside. That'll be really cute. So I'm going to just grab this one right here that coordinates with that, and it's not going to introduce a new color the way that Memento black ink, and take out my Versamark. And Versamark is actually a clear ink. This is like my oldest Versamark. This is over 15 years old. So it doesn't look pretty, but it sure still works. And it's going to create this watermark impression. And what that means is that it's going to do a tone on tone. It's just going to darken the cardstock that's already there. Oh, is it juicy enough? It's going to start working in a second there. but I might need to do it with another one. I own about 5 of these now. I keep these ones usually like that look a little bit more nasty like that. I will use for, this one looks slightly better. I'll use for embossing. Yeah, this one I can tell is a little bit more juicy. There we go. I love the two-step stamping for this. So now you can see it starts working kind of right away, and it adds that extra texture. So it will make it look like you stamped with the exact same color of ink as the cardstock. So in essence, the Versamark is the most versatile ink that we sell because it can mimic every single color of the rainbow, all of Stampin' Up's colors and even colors from other brands too. Versamark. It's the best. You guys see that there? Got that darker color there. This is looking cute. Okay, let's start putting this together. Get back on track. Focus, Callie, focus. Putting this together with some Stampin' Seal. And this goes on the inside. Versamark does take a little bit longer to dry. I'm not too worried though. It's just going to go onto the black and it's not going to do much there. The long drying time is the advantage for doing a technique like the embossing. So with heat embossing, you use a sticky ink like Versamark to hold on some embossing powder, and then you heat it with a heat tool, and it gives the most amazing look. This is a flap that I'm going to adhere onto the back. So I'm putting 2 strips of our super sticky adhesive so that it holds this flap onto the back side of the card, and it's going to stand up to the movement that has to happen. So I'm doing this before I put my designer series paper on, just so that I'm, not making a mistake with which side is which or whatnot. So peeling those backing pieces off, then I'm going to fold this. I'm going to leave it like this, and then I'm going to fold it and wrap around so I can perfectly center it and then wrap it around like that. Using your bone folder, you can really press that on nicely. Get good adhesion. And then now I can stick this awesome designer series paper on. This one has pigs and cows and flames and barbecue utensils, so I'm sure you guys can think of somebody in your life who this fits the theme for. You might have the cars, you might have this like fashion-y kind of style one, or you might have one that's more camping. So I hope that the one that I gave you has a person in your life that fits it. This little tag here, I'm just going to stick 2 dimensionals on. I'm going to put it off center on this vellum, and then remembering that the vellum is going to show through any adhesive that you put on, I'm going to keep my adhesive tucked in behind where that other tag is. And then this is just going to add in some fun dimension. I'm going to put it even more to the side here. These other ones I did more centered, put the stars on, put the Euro Classic on there, but again, everyone's is going to look different. So if you have a chance, send me a picture of yours. I'd love to see what you've created with this, because it kind of was a blank slate, wasn't it? This one I'm going to do a sneaky little thing actually. I'm going to put a glue dot underneath here and adhere this on. Oh, I might be able to stick it on with my dimensional actually. So there we go. This one I did the same sort of wrap around, but I didn't hide it anywhere under the front. I actually just tied a knot in the back, put a glue dot there, and then trimmed the ends up really small so that it wasn't very noticeable. And then this one here, I actually did a single wrap around here and then did a bow. So whatever speaks to you. I put this twine on. You could even kind of bundle it up and have a loop coming out here. That would be really cute too. Alrighty, what do we have to do here? Maybe a dimensional. Maybe another dimensional or something. This one I left this a little bit too short. There we go. Flatten out my tag now that I've kind of bent it all around. Snip off that extra. Cute. Yep, that's going to be awesome. Cheers to all your years. And then you open it up and it says, holy smokes, you're amazing. Another round for your birthday. And we've got that great little beer in there with our tone on tone. So it stays in this monochromatic kind of a look. I love that. Isn't that fun? Ooh, what does it look like? Oh yes, Sweet Sorbet and Parakeet Party for some Christmas cards is what Vanessa's saying. What a great idea. I love that idea. That would be really fun. Okay, nothing in our mini catalog, everything from our annual catalog for this card too. So as we come up to the next few months here, make sure you're ordering whatever you want out of the mini catalog. We're bound to see some back orders, some items that are unavailable, and I would recommend getting everything that you want out of the mini catalog sooner than later, just so that you're not at the mercy of these back orders, which cause the product to go unavailable. Page 79 is this He's All That bundle. And this has some great tags that go along with it too. So you can bundle and save this with these great tags, get all those wonderful sayings there, and also the tags that will be super versatile for many different projects. And it also goes with He's the Man 12 by 12 specialty paper. And this is the one that has 2 sheets in it that are actually all die cut pieces. So you just pop these tags out. There's 2 sheets of them. And so you can make all kinds of different projects. You could just crank out all of the masculine cards. I like a fun fold for a masculine card too because it adds excitement without adding bling. You've got your barbecue theme, the Cajun craze background. You've got your stylish theme with a nice early espresso background. This car theme is really fun because it's got the tires on there too. And it's got some old muscle cars. It's got motorcycles. It even has like, you know, the Beatles and things like that. So it's a really fun collection of cards. And then this one here is probably my favorite. This is like a camping style layout. So it's a really great option. And the backside there is like a fabulous pattern. So you could use those tags along with those designer series papers. And there you go. You've got something for everyone in your life. Then we also used one of my favorite products, the vellum cardstock, and that's just great to add, again, another element here, but not add any extra color. Like matches perfectly with any of the color schemes that we have going on. On page 145, the linen thread comes with 15 yards on there. That is just an essential for me. I love using that thread on so many different projects. And then another essential here is the layering circle dies, which complement those rectangles perfectly. If you were to get 2 die packs, I would recommend getting these 2. This one has circles, and it makes a big mess here, but I use the largest circle out of all of them to cut out your vellum pieces. So you can even, you know, layer it with these scalloped pieces. It's really cute. You can make cards for every occasion. Very versatile. One other set that I think is really amazing, which is brand new, is this Stylish Shapes. This one has, you can see them in use on page 50 is what it says. And so let me show you on page 50. You can see that here you've got the stitching on the inside and the outside of the cutting edge as well. So you can make little frames like this as well and have the stitching on there. So that's a great pack, and it includes all kinds of fabulous shapes. So again, that one was, ooh, come on, baby, called Stylish Shapes. You got the tags, you've got circles in all different sizes and squares in all different sizes. So if you want to kind of hit two birds with one stone, that's a great option. And that's a brand new one with this catalog. So if you don't have that one, if you haven't purchased it in the last couple of months, you don't have it. So make sure you get that one to add to your collection. Lots of useful items in that one. Okay, all right, guys, are you ready for the last project? Fun is happening here, you can see. Okay, there's ink everywhere. The last project that we're going to create is going to look something like this in your supplies. And if you're working along with me, then you know exactly what it looks like because it's the only one left. Let me show you this card. This may be one of my favorite cards that I've made recently. So simple, so beautiful, really elegant, and lots of texture, lots of depth of color. And then to finish it all off, this gorgeous beaded pearl. And that's my gift this month with a minimum $100 purchase. So you'll get a pack of those beautiful pearls. I only have 4 of those left, so make sure you get your $100 orders into me as soon as possible so that you can get those pearls. I would hate for you to miss out. If I do run out, I'll make sure to give you another equivalent sort of gift from my stash. So starting off here, let's just calm ourselves by doing the thing that we do on all the cards, right? Making sure that we've got that nice crease on there. And then we can take our pieces out. So the first thing that I'm going to do is layer up my designer series paper. You might have a little bit of a different look. You might have this sort of designer series paper, and you can choose to put it on straight, or you can choose to put it on angled, whatever you want. But what this piece is actually doing is covering up this gorgeous rectangle and making it look like this pattern just continues everywhere. So this is a great embossing folder. It's so much fun, but it can be maybe a little limiting in the design if you only think about it as a rectangle. So I wanted to show you that you can cover that up and you can use it in a totally different way. This other rectangle here is for the inside of your card, so you can just adhere that whenever you have a chance here. All right, so Stampin' Seal. And you can see I die cut pieces out of the center. I love doing that and using it as a mat. I figure I'm using the cardstock anyway, so why not give you an extra little mat piece on there, right? Now, depending on where you're putting this on, some of the people last night got into a little bit of trouble because they put their dimensionals on the corners, and that's not going to work because we're going to cut off a fair amount here. So just kind of eyeball it. If you're putting it on crooked, then you can put them in a little bit further maybe than you normally would. So one side can go right on the edge, and then one side further in. And let's put that on here. Nice crooked on there. I don't care that I have a little bit coming out here because you can see I've got enough going on down there that I'm going to cover it up. So we'll do that. Flip this over. You can use your scissors or you can use a fabulous paper trimmer. All I do is just line up this paper with the groove, and then I will get a perfect trimmed piece, and it's going to align perfectly with the edge of that cardstock. I didn't use any dimensionals on this piece. I went to town with dimensionals on the other pieces, but I just glued this one on with Stampin' Seal. I love this beautiful color. This is our Mossy Meadow. It was one of our in colors from many years ago, and then when they did the color renovation, they actually discontinued some other colors and then put this one into our regular collection. I'm so glad they did. And they put it in kind of a funny spot. When we were first thinking about it, we were like, oh, this is very different, because they put it in the Neutrals collection. So they actually have Mary Merlot and this gorgeous Mossy Meadow, so a red and a green and a navy in our Neutrals collection. So kind of a different way of thinking of it, but I love that you can buy that assorted pack now, and it comes with all kinds of essential colors. I'm going to put it like that, I think. The stamp set that I'm using here is the Merriest Moments. And this is actually the one that goes along with this embossing folder, with this die pack. and it coordinates perfectly. But what I love about this one are the sayings. Aren't they beautiful? Together is the merriest place to be. We've got season's greetings, joy, a joyful Christmas to you and yours, and thinking of you this festive season, which to me is one of the most important stamps that I can have in my collection, because for some people, Christmas is not all merry and joyful. Some people have lost loved ones, or they're going through a really tough time, and so I think thinking of you this festive season, this covers it all, even non-denominational, right? It doesn't have to be Christmas. It's just a festive season and you're thinking of them. I love when a stamp is just so perfect like that. Thinking of you this festive season. Oh, you know, I did that one already here. I might do together is the merriest place to be, just to show you that one here too. That was the one of the 3 that I haven't really used yet. Together is the merriest place to be. I love giving a saying like that to my family because we always spend the holidays together, and truly to me it is the merriest place to be. Alrighty, let's now let that dry for a second, and I'm going to do some Wink of Stella onto my poinsettia pieces here. So the poinsettia pieces, you've got 2 leaves and 2 flowers. All I did for these is add a little bit extra dimension with my Wink of Stella. Wink of Stella is a clear shimmer paintbrush, but it puts a shimmer on there that's kind of like a platinum shimmer, but they call it clear. And I'm just doing, let's see if you can see it before it dries here. You see there, just some little veins on the leaves. You can do this after it's together too. That's what I did for my first one. So don't worry about it if you've already got it together. You can put these little veins on. You could paint the whole thing with the Wink of Stella if you wanted, but I really like using Wink of Stella to add a hint of dimension and a little bit of excitement going on to the project. There we go. Oh, I was going to do these leaves too. It starts off looking quite dark and then it lightens up as it dries. There we go. And now to put this together, I actually went dimensional crazy because I know that I'm going to use this for somebody who I'm giving a card to in person. Now, if you are giving this to somebody in the mail, you'll want to make sure that you calm yourself down with the dimensionals and don't do as much underneath this beautiful beaded pearl. I'm adding a little bit more dimension to this as well by curling up the leaves, the petals. They kind of look like leaves, don't they? Except that they're red. It's funny how when you look at the poinsettia in person, the leaves kind of look the same on the red and the green parts. They're just colored differently. So why does the plant think, okay, some of this is going to be petal and some of this is going to be leaf? I don't know how plants figure things like that out. I can't even figure stuff out in my life, and I'm supposed to be like a higher functioning human being than a plant, but the plants just know. All right, dimensionals under there, dimensionals under both of the layers here, this poinsettia. Oh, I knew I needed to put that up a little bit higher. There we go. That's better. And then I tuck the leaves in afterwards, and guess what, you guys? I put dimensionals on those too. Crazy, right? Lots of dimensionals. But to me, this card is just a showstopper. And I wanted to have all of that beautiful dimension and interest going on. Tuck the leaves in like that. And then the final finishing touch is to put on our beautiful beaded pearl. And I just did that with a glue dot, or you know, if you want to make sure it really stays on there, you can do a couple glue dots. 1 and 2. And that goes in the center of that gorgeous flower. And here you are. Got your beautiful card. Straight or angled? Which one do you like? I'm a fan of the angled one because I think it just adds even more interest to the card. Depending on the size of your saying too, you can have a little bit more overlap of this poinsettia onto your tag, or you can use the whole tag with a nice big saying. This is a beautiful circle punch. It's called our decorative circle, and I think it's a pretty versatile and essential product because I have all the circles and then I want something with a little bit more interest. So something like this just really adds a lot to the project, I think. Okay, let's take you through for our last card here, the supplies that we used. So this is the Merriest Moments stamp set. I mentioned that I was using that one here and that it coordinates with this die pack. Now, in the catalog, they don't have them bundled anymore. This is a returning favorite, but they are very, very coordinated. So let me show you. In the die pack here, we've got this beautiful sprig background that cuts out a rectangle here in the middle. Or maybe it doesn't actually. No, it doesn't. It just cuts out the outline and then this rectangle remains in here as well. So if you wanted to layer up another rectangle on top, you can cut it out, and this one does the stitching. These ones here all cut out these holly berries, the poinsettia stamps, the boughs and the sprigs all here, and then even the holly berries here and there. So there's tons of dies in this pack. You can even get these highly detailed dies here for the center of your poinsettia. But there's one other die that makes this pack just spectacular, and that's this one here. Doesn't look like much, but when you pair it along with our embossing folder, it nests right inside. Oh, I missed it out here. There we go. It nests right inside this embossing folder, and you can cut and emboss at the exact same time. So what you would do is put a sheet of paper into there. You're going to crank it through the Big Boss, and when you take it out, what comes out is this cut and embossed gorgeous piece of paper. Can you guys see that? Isn't that pretty? This is our evening evergreen color. It's an in color that's retiring at the start of the next catalog. So you can see that rectangle remains in there. You could choose to die cut out another rectangle and put a tag in there. Isn't that beautiful? I just think that's so stunning. And it's not finicky at all. You just put a big piece of paper in there, close it up, crank it through, and then out pops this gorgeous design, die cut and embossed at the exact same time. So you don't have to worry about, die cutting a piece and then trying to emboss that same piece and align it perfectly. It does it all because it nests right into there. And you see that? It actually just sticks right in there and I can't even move it. It's so good. So again, this catalog does not do this pack justice at all, but what you're looking for is the Merriest Frames Hybrid Embossing Folder. That one comes with the folder and the dies, which aren't pictured anywhere in the catalog. Can you believe this? So that is the dies and that. You can use this even without the stamp set, but I think that the stamp set is so gorgeous with all the big sayings and then the imagery that goes along with these dies to cut that out. This to me is my favorite that they've ever come out with at Christmas. It's just so beautiful. Okay, also from our mini catalog, we've got our designer series paper. And this is called the Boughs of Holly designer series paper. And it includes those two that we have here that we use on this project, but it also includes so much more than just Boughs of Holly. So you've got a piece of paper here that's all beautiful trees and different colors of greens, and then the back side is like mottled green. You actually do have boughs of holly and little sprigs and leaves, and then again the back side is just a little bit more plain. This one here has, again, like it's almost like a collage-y sort of look, and with just little hints of the red and mostly greens and whites and speckles on there. The back side of that is really fun. It's like a camouflage almost, so the red and the green. And then we've also got a scaled down version of the poinsettia. This one is really pretty. And the back side of that has got this nice solid red color, but with still a little bit of texture and some polka dots on there too. So again, a huge winner in my books because of the versatility. It's not just boughs of holly. It's not just trees. It's everything all in one. And it's not just poinsettias too. Oh, that little frog is back in my throat. There we go. So from our annual catalog, we just have a couple items here. We have that decorative circle punch. That is what I used to cut out the white tag that we stamped onto. And then we used Wink of Stella, which I think I don't have marked, but is my favorite tool for adding cost-effective embellishments. Where is it? Here we go. Is this the one? Here we go. On page 128, Wink of Stella Clear Glitter Brush is what you're looking for. And there you have it, folks. Those are your club cards for October. Now, I want to know, if you're watching live, I want to know this, of course. But even if you're watching the replay, will you type in which one do you like the best? And then, of course, those cute little pumpkins as well. Those were great too, weren't they? How do you choose? How does one choose? Which one do you like? Will you type in? Will you let me know? I love hearing your comments, and please like the video and share the video as well. Subscribe to my channel and my Facebook page so that you can keep up to date with all the current specials, everything that I've got going on and all my events. But also, please like the video. It's such an easy way to support a person. It doesn't even cost you anything, and it lets me know that people are watching, and it helps with the algorithms too, which you guys hear about all the time. Those algorithms are just a nightmare. So it tells Facebook and YouTube that this video has value to people. So if you're watching, please hit that like button, hit subscribe, and stay in touch, because I love to stamp with you. You might be all over the world. If you are outside of Canada, please still reach out to me. I include with my club these project sheets, which have all of the supplies so you can do this quick and easy ordering, and it's all at your fingertips. And then it links directly to this video as well for future reference. So you can definitely be on my newsletter list even if you're outside of Canada. So just reach out to me, let me know where you're at, and I hope to stamp with you very soon. We've got some fun things going on in the next couple months, so stay tuned, and I hope to again stamp with you more in person and then also online as well. So thanks again for joining, and I hope to stamp with you again very soon.